Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a massive, game-changing shift in how we raise our kids. We're taking a deep dive into Japanese parenting philosophy and turning it into a hyper-practical, action-oriented guide just for you. The whole focus? Making the leap from a mindset of constant protection to one of deliberate, intentional preparation.
All right, let's look at this stark contrast. On one side, we have our typical Western instinct, protection. From the second they're born, our deep, genuine love just screams at us to shield them, right? We're constantly asking ourselves, how do I keep my kid comfortable today? We intervene, we catch them, we essentially bubble wrap the sharp edges. But then on the flip side, look at the Japanese instinct, preparation. Instead of bulldozing the obstacles out of the way, they quietly equip the child to handle them. They're asking, how do I make sure my child can handle life tomorrow? It's not about raising a kid who never struggles. It's about raising one who can struggle, recover, and literally stand on their own 2 feet.
Think about how this actually plays out in the real world. Picture a toddler struggling to climb up a set of stairs. If you're in protection mode, you probably rush over and scoop them up, right? Problem solved for now. But what did they learn? Basically, that when things get tough, someone will carry them. Now, if you're in preparation mode, you stay close, you're super loving, but you let them struggle. You let them figure out their balance, where to put their feet, how tight to grip. And when they finally reach the top all by themselves, wow. They build this absolutely crucial internal monologue. Hard things are possible, and I can do them. It's love, for sure, but it's playing the long game.
So let's bring this into your home with the action plan. We're talking 5 daily habits for independence. This is our practical, everyday playbook derived straight from the Japanese method of raising highly capable adults. Number 1, let them fail safely. 2, assign independent tasks. 3, don't rescue from emotions. 4, expect genuine contributions. And 5, let them struggle while learning. Let's break down exactly how you can start doing these today. All right, habit 1, let them fail safely. You know how our love makes us want to fix that wobbly block tower right before it crashes? Or how we magically correct their homework before they hand it in? We do it to spare them the sting of disappointment, but accidentally, we're teaching them that failure is this huge catastrophe to be feared. Instead, check out this deeply rooted Japanese proverb. Fall down 7 times, stand up 8. Over there, failure isn't the opposite of learning. It literally is how learning happens. Failing isn't shameful, giving up is. So let the tower fall. Let the little science experiment flop. Letting them feel that totally normal, temporary disappointment is a massive gift. They realize that failure is just information. It's just a bump in the middle of the road, not a dead end. By letting them fail in small, safe ways right now, we're prepping them to bounce back from the real, much bigger failures life is going to throw at them. Moving on to habit 2, assign independent tasks. In Japan, it's completely normal to see tiny kids taking the train totally solo. I mean, they literally have a decades-old TV show dedicated to secretly filming toddlers running their very first errands. Now, when we constantly hover over our kids, we're accidentally broadcasting the message that the world is just way too dangerous for them. But when you hand over a real, challenging, yet doable responsibility, you are telling them, hey, I believe you can do this. And you know what? A child who hears that through actual, trusted responsibility starts to believe it about themselves. You don't have to send your 5-year-old across the city on a subway, obviously, but find one small task just slightly outside their usual comfort zone and watch them rise to the occasion. That is how real, unshakable confidence is built. Next up, habit 3, don't rescue from emotions. When a kid is sad or super frustrated, our knee-jerk reaction is to instantly fix it. Right? We toss them a screen or a new toy. But guys, emotions are not emergencies. They're just experiences a child has to learn to navigate, which brings us to this absolutely crucial concept, emotional resilience. It's that quiet internal knowledge that I can feel a really hard feeling and I will survive it. A Japanese parent is totally fine letting a bored kid just be bored because they know that right on the other side of that boredom is a gold mine of creativity. They let a sad kid be sad, they stay close, they love them for sure, but they don't rush them out of the feeling. So the next time your child is frustrated, resist that urge to hit the magical fix-it button. Sit with them, love them through it, and let them figure out that difficult feelings are 100% survivable. Habit 4, expect genuine contributions. Here's the deal. A kid who is constantly catered to is missing out on one of the deepest sources of human confidence. Basically, a protected child is served, but a prepared child contributes. Think about Japanese schools for a second. The kids actually clean their own classrooms, they serve each other lunch, they take care of their shared spaces every single day.
There was no janitor coming in after hours to do the heavy lifting. Bringing this home means giving your kid a real job, not some token busy work just so they can get a gold sticker, but a genuine contribution that the family actually relies on. When a child feels truly needed, they realize they matter to a system bigger than themselves. The weight and the pride of being genuinely counted on, that builds a quiet, steady capability that simply being served all the time never ever could. And finally, habit 5. Let them struggle while learning. When you see your child hesitating on a really hard math problem or puzzle, the instinct is to swoop right in with the answer and save the day. But when we do that, we are literally robbing them of the most valuable part of the process. Because here's the secret. The struggle is not an obstacle to learning. The struggle is the learning. Japanese education deeply, deeply values perseverance through difficulty. If you give them the answer too quickly, you're basically teaching them that being stuck is just a signal to wait around for a rescue. But if you hold back, if you let them wrestle with it, try, fail, and try again, you teach them that being stuck is just a totally normal part of figuring things out. Doing this completely removes the panic of facing tough problems later on, because they already know they've got the grit to push through. All of these habits flow into one ultimate philosophy. Let's look at the final paradox: letting go to stay close. In a lot of Western parenting, the unspoken goal is kind of just to keep our kids close and dependent, mainly because being needed feels so much like love. But the Japanese North Star? That's complete independence. The goal from day one is to raise a highly capable, resilient human being who, one day, won't actually need you at all. And here is the truly beautiful paradox of the whole thing. The parent who prepares their child for independence, the one who is brave enough to let go little by little, actually ends up with the closest relationship of all. Why? Because eventually, they stay close because they want to, not because they need to. Protection holds a kid close for today, but preparation gives them wings for life. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a real provocative challenge for your own parenting tonight. Ask yourself, where are you protecting when you could be preparing? Where are you carrying your kid up the stairs when you could just stay close and let them climb? Listen, you don't have to change everything all at once. Just pick one thing. Let one small failure happen today. Allow one struggle. Trust them with one hard, independent task, and just watch what your child is genuinely capable of when you give them the space to try. The end game was never to raise a child who needs you forever. It was to raise one who is fully ready for the world. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next explainer.